Keir Starmer has once again betrayed the British public. In the latest humiliation for our country, Starmer and Lammy have struck a new deal with the Mauritian government where we will pay to deport illegal immigrants arriving in Chagos to St Helena. That's a small British island just off of Africa, 5,000 miles away. The last time that island saw such unwanted guests was when we banished Napoleon there 174 years ago. But let's not forget, Starmer heralded his cancellation of the extremely similar Rwanda plan on his first day in office and has done nothing since to replace it, nor stop the 14,000 illegals that have arrived since he took office. The people of St Helena are in uproar over this. Their small island of only less than 4,500 people already faces pressure on its public services. So has this got to be the worst trade deal of all time? Why is Keir Starmer so determined to sell us out and turn us into a dumping ground for illegal immigrants? Andy, how can Starmer, straight over to you, how can Keir Starmer get away with creating a Rwanda-style deal? I know it's temporary, but how can he do that when he has removed any deterrence from our own country?
Well, it is temporary and it is completely different. And also, the Rwanda policy was a complete failure. Firstly, because it manifestly was not a deterrent. I've said this so many times on this channel. It was not a deterrent.
It was a deterrent. Of course it was.
Well, there's no evidence that it was.
No, it absolutely was. Look at the 14,000 people that have come here since he got into office. Is more than the whole 7 months prior in the Tory government. Of course it was a deterrent. People were fleeing to Southern Ireland, Andy.
You know as well as I do that part of it is seasonal, right? So more people come in the summer, or we've just come in the summer.
Rishi Sunak was Prime Minister in the summer.
The highest days crossings was October the 2nd, or maybe the 4th.
Let's be serious, right? So 25% more people came in 2022 versus 2024 year to date, right? So I don't think people are standing on the beaches in Calais going, oh, is a Labour government going to get...
Andy, there were people being interviewed on those beaches who said, yes, I can't wait for Keir Starmer to become Prime Minister.
It's quite easy.
It's anecdotal for sure. It's anecdotal for sure. But it is. But if there's one of them, there's thousands more of them. But I mean, that's how it goes.
That's not how...
Of course it is.
There's a more simple argument here. Where's the benefit for the United Kingdom in all this?
There is none.
There's zero.
This is the key point. That should be the first and main priority of Keir Starmer, and there's no benefit to the United Kingdom.
They say it's to protect our territorial waters.
I mean, come on. I mean, it's a joke. As I said, it is
handed over for absolutely sweet now.
I'm trying to work out are you annoyed about the cost? Because if it's the cost, it's 1% of the Rwanda scheme.
Well,
it's 1% we don't need to pay
for it. We don't need to buy
it's
not ours anymore.
But last week, or 2 weeks ago, when the announcement was made about the Chagos Islands, people were upset about the fact we were giving it up.
Yes, I am. But now we've given it up, Andy. How does it make sense that we're paying over this money for them to sort it out?
It's a temporary arrangement during the transition phase. So we currently are still the custodians of the Chagos Islands, and for as long as we are, we will bear this burden, and when we're not, we won't.
But we haven't been up until this point in time when we've decided to hand... It doesn't make any sense. So we've decided to get rid of these islands, surrender our territory, and then at the same time we'll go, we're going to pay you for the privilege of that. Oh, and by the way, anyone that decides to come here in the meantime is going to go to British territory, 5,000 miles away. Yeah. It just doesn't make any sense, Andy. If there's a will to do this, there's a will to do a Rwanda-style deal for
What I would say, Emma, is have the people of St Helena been actually asked about this, whether or not they're happy with this, and also can we send Andy and the illegal migrants to St Helena?
No, seriously, are these decisions being made by Starmer? Are they being made by the uber clown of all of the clowns, David Lammy, in his trainers? Because I think, seriously, I mean, lots of what Labour have done in the first few months is laughable, but it is reversible, like giving back, stopping our pensioners from freezing, things like that. But this kind of stuff is serious and it is irreversible. Giving back the Chagos Islands with absolutely no consultation, no public discussion. It's so
Consultation
damaging.
of who? Are you suggesting we should have a referendum on this?
You don't think we should have had a discussion about that? You don't think it should have been in the manifesto?
No.
You think it was we all just woke up and that's what David Lammy had decided to do?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I actually do.
Okay, come on, Andy, you have to admit. Andy, come on. Listen, hang on, one second. You must admit this is the worst trade deal in British history. Come on. You can't see any. What's the benefit for us?
It's so irrelevant. That's,
the US
would you say that about the Falkland Islands? Would you say that about
which is a
any other
completely
British
different
overseas territory?
No, because that is a completely different situation. It's completely different. Obviously, I would not say that.
They didn't even have the respect to talk to the Chagosians about it.
Exactly.
The United
What a
States
bigot.
the Secretary of who?
You.
Come on. The Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, said this is a win for diplomacy, right? So the US are happy.
I wouldn't trust Joe Biden's administration with anything, quite frankly, but yes, I see what you're saying.
Oh, good. The US are happy. That's all right. Then.
Well, exactly, yeah. Are we a sort of
Do you think we should?
of the US?
We're a declining nation.
The United States or not?
Well, I don't think we should be a little puppet
So
for
we-
the
Thatcher still went to the Falklands after Reagan asked her not to. She had some balls, ironically.
Yeah.
Have you got what it takes to be a reasoned presenter? Well, send us a short clip of yourself to join@reasoned.uk and we might be seeing you on this very channel very soon indeed.